Now, we are following a developing story coming in out of New York City. Take a look right here. NYPD now confirming to Live Now from Fox that a man is in critical condition after police responded to a report of a person on fire inside Penn Station. By the way, Penn Station is the busiest transportation facility in the country. The NYPD saying they responded around 8 last night to a man on fire where they found a 67-year-old man with burn injuries to both legs and his upper body.
Well, new tonight, 2 young sisters are safe and their father detained in Portland after an Amber Alert was issued in Washington. The alert was requested by the Olympia Police Department after a 1- and 4-year-old were taken by 24-year-old Andrew Womack-Edie. PPB was told the 3 might be in the area and found them near Northwest 23rd and Thurman Street after spotting the reported vehicle. Now, Womack-Edie faces felony warrants out of Washington. The girls are now safe, with officials making return arrangements.
This is the area where it happened, near the busy intersection of Barbecue Church Road and NC 27. They say someone doused the 20-year-old with gasoline the night of December 16th before using a cigarette to set her on fire. Investigators say Downey was walking in this area when the attack happened. Now, deputies say no witnesses have come forward as of yet. We spoke to the mom of the victim earlier this morning. She told us she would reach back out to us. She's right now with her daughter in the hospital. Of course, if you know anything about this incident, you're urged to call Harnett County Sheriff's Office. Live in Harnett County, Justin Moore, CBS 17 News.
Moving pretty fast, it swept their vehicle downstream.
Emergency crews will resume searching Friday morning for an 8-year-old girl who disappeared after her family's SUV crashed on the morning of Christmas Eve on Highway 75 in Sherman. Police say they do not want to give false hope surrounding the search for the young girl.
But we have not stopped hoping for a miracle.
Police say 6 family members were in their SUV traveling to McKinney from Durant, Oklahoma, when it hydroplaned.
The gloom outside matches the feeling of heartbreak.
It just feels like a dream.
Tasia Black still coming to terms with her new reality.
We were high school sweethearts.
The love of her life taken from her just one day after Christmas. Fayetteville police say a routine pickup for DoorDash turned into a deadly confrontation. Investigators say McDonald's employee Kevin Holland ran away after shooting DoorDash driver Samori Husamuddin to death.
He didn't deserve that. He don't do nothing to nobody.
She calls him a hardworking father, now dead after trying to provide for his family.
He has kids, and they will never see him again.
The nature of that confrontation, still a mystery.
I don't even know the man. Like, I don't know that guy. He don't know us. I don't know him. I've been on Mo for years. Never seen that guy before in my life.
The rain seems to feel her pain.
I'm so used to being able to call him whenever I need to, or just text him when I need to, and I can't. I can't never do that again. I couldn't believe it. And it felt like I was dying at the time. I couldn't breathe. And I still can't get the pictures out of my head.
Stop there. Stop there. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Also in Oregon, there are nearly 23,000 people experiencing homelessness this year, according to the report. That is a 91% change in nearly 2 decades, the second highest in the country behind Hawaii.
The data comes from the point-in-time count that occurred in January of 2024.
Scott Kerman is the executive director for Blanche House.
We were in an extremely busy period in January. In fact, the first third of the year was a lot busier than it had been at Blanchet House in the previous year.
Despite Portland's camping ban and Mayor-elect Keith Wilson's promise to end the unsheltered homelessness in 2025, Kerman is preparing for what he thinks could be a very turbulent year.
Tonight, newly released video from Seattle Tacoma International shows a passenger anxious to get off the plane Sunday opening the emergency exit door. You see her take a seat on the wing and wave for help. SeaTac officials say she was taken to a hospital for evaluation. Alaska Airlines saying in a statement, "We are working with our crew and airport officials to gather more details about what may have transpired." John Cox is an NBC News aviation analyst. What circumstances would have warranted her opening that emergency door?
The only case where a passenger should ever open a door is once the crew initiates an evacuation.
This comes the same week and at the same airport when a stowaway was caught after sneaking past an unmanned TSA ID check and got onto a Delta flight without a boarding pass.
Family in Florida got the ultimate gift for Christmas when their missing dog found her way home on Christmas Eve and rang their doorbell. Athena got loose on December 15th. She'd been missing for 9 days. Her family says the community stepped in to help search for her and go through hours of doorbell camera video before Athena found her way home.
You are currently being recorded.
It was about 2:30 a.m. and she came pawing at the door, ringing the doorbell, which was Christmas Eve. And then that morning, I woke up to she had made it on everybody's camera. She's like, "I think this is her. I think this is her."
Just in time for Christmas.
People just don't understand how sweet he was and generous and an animal lover.
You can tell Jane Thompson is still in shock. Her baby brother, 60-year-old Robert Kavanaugh, was found dead in the middle of the street in his manufactured home community in Madison Heights Christmas Eve. When his stunned family went to identify Robert's remains at the medical examiner's office, his injuries were so severe the family was not allowed to see him. Robert Kavanaugh had been bludgeoned to death with a pipe, all because he stepped in between a helpless dog who was being abused by its owner. What's more, police took Kavanaugh's neighbor into custody. His family is learning that the man spent 20 years in prison for one major crime and another 10 years for another major crime. This family believes that man's violent behavior was well known. He should never have been released to be free to harm or murder a loved one like Robert Kavanaugh.
I can only see good in people. And I suppose Bobby was the same.
Robert's family, they're asking for prayers, but they're demanding justice in this case. They've also been hit with funeral costs.
Police have charged a man they say set a woman on fire on a New York City train and watched her burn to death Sunday morning. Sebastian Zepeda, a 33-year-old Guatemalan citizen, was arrested on a subway train that same afternoon. Police say he had a lighter in his pocket and that his clothing matched that of the suspect. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch gave more details at a Sunday press conference after the arrest.
As the train pulled into the station, the suspect calmly walked up to the victim, who was in a seated position at the end of a subway car. The suspect used what we believe to be a lighter to ignite the victim's clothing, which became fully engulfed in a matter of seconds. Officers who were on patrol on an upper level of that station smelled and saw smoke and went to investigate. What they saw was a person standing inside the train car, fully engulfed in flames. With the help of an MTA employee and a fire extinguisher, the flames were put out.
And then someone stops you, it's quite right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's scary. Yeah. We haven't had that feeling of security. Yeah, that's right. I thought that it was a safe way to travel. Yeah. So we are shocked.
Well, I guess it's quite shocking. But we are tourists from Switzerland, so I must say we're not really used to this type of violence.
You don't have police ID or even over here on the inside. They look down on you. You know, it's like, oh well, you don't have enough money. But we all know that there's different brackets of money that you get, you know, that comes from your professional, your career, right? So now that it's Christmas, everybody's caught up in sales. So whoever have, they have. Whoever doesn't, they don't. When the men, like pretty much with the migrants, they're coming here, and the guy that I guess worked with, he was an actual migrant. So if you check on YouTube, you'll check his story. He actually recorded himself, and he's pretty much saying like he doesn't bother anybody. He wants to live his life in New York City, have that New York dream, which the dream is being snatched away from.
A dozen bullet holes in the front passenger side window and door of this SUV.
So we know at least 18 shots were fired.
The driver's side was also shot several times.
So it appears that it was two shooters approached this vehicle and fired shots into both sides of the vehicle.
Police say the SUV was parked with the engine running when the shooting happened at around 10 o'clock last night on Union Street near the intersection of Folsom Street in the city's Mantua section. Investigators say the man in the driver's seat and the female passenger died at the scene. Homicide detectives currently have crucial video evidence showing the moment that led up to the shooting.
We have police real-time crime cameras just north of the location of the shooting, and it did record what appeared to be two males exiting a vacant lot between houses on the 700 block of Union and approached the vehicle and firing multiple shots.
Bianca, Natasha, it's a tough video to watch. Robert Brooks died shortly after this alleged assault. His family has seen the videos, but due to the graphic nature of the body camera footage, Fox 5 has decided to only show images of part of this alleged beating.
These videos are shocking and disturbing, and I advise all to take appropriate care before choosing to watch them.
The state attorney general's office released this footage recorded on body cameras worn by 4 correctional officers at the Marcy Correctional Facility in central New York. These videos, which have no audio, show Robert Brooks being carried into the infirmary by correctional officers. Brooks's hands are handcuffed behind his back when officers start punching him. They then hoist him up by his neck very forcefully, and one officer starts to smack Brooks with a shoe. One officer then used his booted foot to kick and pin down Brooks. Another officer punched Brooks in his upper body, and one of the officers again punched Brooks while handcuffed. At one point, Brooks was sat up with his face bloodied, and an officer punched him again, and an officer punched him again, and an officer punched him again. Brooks was then pulled up by his collar and forced to the wall. The next part of the video, which we're not showing due to its graphic nature, shows Brooks being carried back to the table seemingly unconscious. Brooks died the following morning at a Utica hospital. No charges have been filed yet, but the incident is being investigated by several agencies. In court filings this week, state police investigators said that preliminary findings from the medical examiner's office showed asphyxia as a possible cause of death. Governor Kathy Hochul said she was outraged and horrified after seeing the video and ordered the Department of Corrections to fire the 14 employees who allegedly participated. A spokesperson for the department said that 13 of those involved have been suspended without pay and 1 resigned. Brooks was serving a 12-year sentence after being convicted of first-degree assault for stabbing a former girlfriend. Reverend Al Sharpton commended Hochul's swift action, but the incident sparked outrage among many elected officials and criminal justice advocates.
Yeah. The zombie apocalypse.
This is not no zombie apocalypse, okay? This is kids scurried. Everything works on control and frequencies. They are controlling you through a frequency that you can't even see, okay? It's called, what you call subliminal message. It's just like a megahertz comes from a radio. That's why all these people flock to Vegas. They're here because it's control. They've already got you as soon as you get off the airplane. But I'm part of it. I can't help it. I'm an entertainer. I'm a comedian. I'm part of that global place. But I'm the real McCoy. That's all I got to say. And let me tell you, what all they're saying out there with all this New World Order and all this crap, bullshit. What goes on in the sky is what controls everything with the eye on planet Earth. And when you get the fucking Triton, some people get the Triton handed to them, and you know what the Triton is? It's not the pitchfork. It's a power staff from the abyss, and that shit is real. I don't know where it is, but you have a great day.